What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the OAP podcast brought to you by your host, Brandon. How are you guys doing? Hopefully, you guys are doing well. That was a good drink right there. We're back at it again, guys. Another episode. It's been a week, I think, since I released my last one. And so I've had troubles uploading my episodes. I don't know if you podcasters out here have this trouble too, or maybe it's just me and my internet. I'm not too sure. But let's say I finish editing an episode like at 8 p.m., right? And I'll upload it and it won't upload at all until like the next day sometimes. And I'm like, it shouldn't take that long. You know what I'm saying? It should take a little bit less time, I feel like. I feel like it should be fast. So I think it's just my Wi-Fi connection. If you podcasters out there who listen to this experience some of the same things, let me know because, maybe it's something I need to fix. But aside from that, we're back at it, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I leave water bottles all over the place sometimes. So when I see one, I need to finish it. And I left this one here since my last recording, I think. So I need to finish it, right? It's been a fun week. It's been a hard, long week. But I've been doing some cool things. I got a little side gig that I'm doing that Jackie ended up helping me with. And that was fun. We got to earn some extra money from that, which is always good. That being said, though, I don't think like when you want to do something, but then you're doing something else because there's like, you're going to earn something or you need to for whatever reason, you don't realize how much time it takes until like you're in it. And then you're like, oh man, I could be at home right now doing this or something else, right? So that's kind of the feeling that I went through this week, kind of just reflecting back, guys, and I was like, man, I really would want to pursue something else that's not this. You know what I'm saying? That feeling? I'd really want to pursue what I actually enjoy doing instead of doing this other thing that, obviously could earn me money, and it has earned me money, but it's not something that I would want to do full time or as a career. And so that's the reflectiveness that I've, gone through this week and just learning how to be more appreciative, I think, of the things I have around me. I have great things around me, my family's around, people who I love. There's people that love me, which is obviously is a good thing, I feel like. I have, I've been more blessed in certain areas than maybe others, and that's not to take for granted. And so just being appreciative in that sense of like, just, not taking things for granted. Like, I feel like sometimes people take a lot of things for granted and then they lose everything, and then they're like, oh shit, I had it well, I had it good, before things hit the fan. And I've reflected on that lately. I reflected on my priorities. Just yesterday, actually, we were at Best Buy. Jackie and we went to Best Buy, and I was looking at monitors and whatnot, and I'm like, oh man, I would love to buy this $500 monitor. It'd be badass to buy this $500 monitor. But do I really need to spend $500 on a monitor, or or how can I use that money on something more productive? Would that be the right word? And then we left. Obviously, I love going to Best Buy. It's probably one of my favorite stores, and it's just because I'm into the new shiny stuff. Like that's just I have that bug in me that just loves the new and shiny stuff. And this thing is freaking melting right in front of my face. I usually don't get this big of a size freaking drink. Shout out to Java Express though. Hopefully they sponsor the show one day. How terrible would it be if this thing just fell right on my computer? I'd cry on camera. Literally. I'm gonna set that over there for now. But I don't even have napkins in here to clean that up. Anyways, but I was just like, we were in there and I was looking at monitors because I've been wanting a monitor to edit for the longest time, just like a little bit bigger than what I have on my MacBook. And we left. And there's some other things I want, I've been wanting a GoPro for the longest time. I just think I want to do some fun things with the GoPro. And I feel like, it's just such a little nice, high quality camera that you can do so much with it. It doesn't take time or space or anything like that. I mean, it takes time, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I can go on a run and just put it on my head, and then I don't have to worry about it falling. And if it falls, then it's gonna be fine. It's not like I'm recording with my iPhone, and if it falls, I break it, or with my camera. So there's just a lot of little things I was like, that'd be badass to have. So anyways, I was really hardcore thinking on this monitor about like actually buying it. And then we left and we were in the car, and I was just sitting there thinking. And then we went to Rigby to buy Bambinos. Shout out to the great Bambino out there. And I was just thinking, I was like, man, and she asked me, what are you thinking about? I was like, I could go buy that monitor if I really wanted to, but that's not a priority. It's more like a want, not a need. And then I started explaining to her that my priorities are this, this, and this, right? For example, one of my priorities is right now to edit my podcast is this DaVinci Resolve editing program. And the cool thing about that, it's free, And if you want to buy it and have all like the exclusive unlocked features and things that you can do with it and whatnot, it's $300. And that's like a one-time fee, and then you have it forever. And so I've really gotten used to this program. I wanted Adobe Premiere, but it's just really expensive. It's like $600 for a year. And like, obviously it's way more advanced and there's probably more things you can do with it, but I've already gotten so used to this program that the learning curve it would take me to learn Adobe Premiere would probably be really big. So it's just one of those things of like, do I stick with the program I already know? And I know it's good. I know a lot of people use it. A lot of people love how simple it is. I love how simple it is. I used to work on Premiere Pro back in high school, and it was rough to get around it. So anyways, that's $300, right? I said to her. So if I was to take the same amount of money on of the monitor, which is $500, and the monitor has a great deal on it, by the way. It's $1,000, but take $400 off, right? Because of the deal that Best Buy has going on, and it's $500. So I was like, I can take that $500. $300 goes to DaVinci Pro, or DaVinci Resolve. I mean, buy it. That's $300. I have $200 left. Well, with those $200, there's other things I would probably need. Maybe, I don't know. There's just other things I want to do, right? And so like, I can invest that money into something that one day can hopefully make me money, and not go buy a monitor just because I want to look at a bigger screen. Does that make sense? So that's been the reflection of this week. It's just been, not taking things for granted, being grateful for what I have, feeling blessed. I've definitely felt very blessed lately. Realizing what I like to do, what I don't like to do, what I would like to do as a career, what I wouldn't like to do as a career, like really figuring that process out and not just do something for money. And then priorities, like really figure out the priorities of my life, and what I want to do. And so the other one too is like I've gotten to the point where, being real with y'all, if you are at this point in your life right now or in a similar point in your life, we're in this together, baby. I'm in there with you. But I've just gotten very uncomfortable with how I look. Does that make sense? Like, I know I'm a good looking guy. I'm not like, I might be ugly here and there, but I'm not that ugly. You know what I'm saying? So, no, being uncomfortable how I look right now because of things that I know I can change, like my eating habits, working out, getting on a diet, you know, hits a little bit harder because I'm like, hey, you can do this. So why haven't you? Does that make sense? And so I know I said last week that my goals for the week were to work out and whatnot. And, I tried and I did I worked out here and there, but it wasn't like getting a routine down. So I've also realized that, and there's been these little secret messages. I don't know if you guys sometimes feel like the universe is like throwing at you little messages, little hints of like, hey, if you want to accomplish something in this life or if you want to accomplish something for yourself, you need to do this or you need to do that, So there's been little things here and there that that I've been seeing this week that have been, hints of, hey, if you want to feel good, you got to work on yourself in this way, that way. If you want to move forward and progress and not stay in the same spot you are, you need to put the work in, right? And that goes with everything. So I've been paying attention to those little hints and regarding how I look and whatnot, it's been a lot of, not because I can't do it, it's because, it's more than I don't want to do it. It's more of that. So that's just one of those things that it's not going to change until you actually do it, if that makes sense. And so, that's been the other, like, it's just being, I don't know, open-minded and letting things come in. So that's where I'm at this week. And there's been things that I've done this week that I've also like, I don't know, I like felt good about, it's not all terrible. For example, last night I watched the UFC 303. Whoever watched it, you guys, it was a crazy, crazy fight. The main event was kind of crazy how it ended. And so that was something that I've been wanting to do, is rent like a UFC fight. And I haven't, not because I haven't been able to, but just because I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, do I really want to spend that money? But, Jackie was like, hey, sometimes you deserve to give yourself a little bit of, you bust your ass working. Sometimes you deserve to have a little fun and enjoy, the fruits of your labor a little bit. So go ahead and rent it. So, ended up inviting my in-laws and my compadre, and it was fun. We had a blast. But like, just doing things like that. I also, not to get too political on you guys, but I watched the debate between Biden and Trump. Who else? I hope I'm not the only one, that watched that you people who are listening to this, you 4 people that are listening to this, I hope I'm not the only one. But if you did not watch that debate, you missed out on what was probably the scariest, worst, confusing debate ever. I mean, guys, this past 6 months, I've fucking crashed, landed into the world of politics like never before. I don't know what it is about politics that got me so hooked on, but I am up to date on almost every single thing about politics. And sometimes that's bad. It's a scary world to go into and just uncover, full of mess. I understand why people say, don't go into politics, don't go talk about that, don't do that. It's just a mess, guys. It's a world full of opinionated, egotistical people. You don't know who's being real, who's being fake. You don't know people's motives. But it's so entertaining. It's so fucking entertaining, guys. Something about something about that world just makes me go, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? So, for the past 6 months, it's been like I've fucking gone deep into this world and I've learned about it, and like it's good in a way. And I think everyone should know a little bit about politics, because honestly, you'll realize how much it actually affects your life. And some people may not feel that way and whatnot, and that's fine. But as a person, like, I like to know what's going on around the world, so that in case of anything happens, I can be the most prepared. Oh, excuse me, that Red Bull. I can be the most prepared I can be. And the only way you can be as prepared as you can be is by finding out what's going on. And anyways, the past 6 months have been a roller coaster in the political world, right? There's been this happening and that happening. It's just been all over the place. But nothing has compared to what it was, to what this debate was leading up to it. Like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month before the debate, happened, it happened on Thursday. I told Jackie, and I was like, June 27th, I'm watching the debate. That day, I don't care what I'm doing, I'm watching that debate. I knew it was an hour and a half long, and it started at 7 p.m., and it ended at 9 because it was an hour and a half. So I watched it from start to finish. And all I will say, it doesn't matter what side of the line you stand on, what, the beliefs and whatnot. All I will say is that if you haven't watched that, first of all, go watch it. I'm sure the news is covering it and has covered it, but go watch it with your own eyes, so you guys don't go based off on an opinion of a kid like me, 22-year-old kid like me, or of a fucking person who has certain beliefs and certain opinions. Go watch it for yourself, so you guys kind of figure it out and actually see what's going on. But if you go watch it and then you don't get worried about how Joe Biden performed that night of the debate, I don't know what to tell you. Because he is the commander-in-chief of the United States. He's the one that has to stand up to other, forces, enemies around the world. And if guys, honestly, who would feel not scared, but who would have some type of respect towards a person who's honestly probably mentally incapacitated because of his old age? Like, it's just what it is. It is what it is. Doesn't matter who you like or don't like. Would you put would you put someone who's 80 something years old, who can barely speak and remember, as a CEO of a company who is running a multi-billion-dollar revenue every year? Would you do that as like a voter, as like a person who wants the company to grow and succeed because you want to succeed? Would you go put someone as an 80-year-old who can't remember things, who mumbles, who stumbles, who forgets things, gets confused, who goes off the rails a little bit, as a CEO, as the main person of the company? That's a question for you to answer, So, but it was just entertaining, regardless of what people think, regardless of what people think, of what people feel. I know there's people out there who who still believe, and that's great. That's awesome. I know there's people out there who are sick of it, and hey, I understand you. I know there's people out there who are just don't care, and that's fine too. But man, oh man, it was entertaining to say the least. And it was a good time. I had a lot of fun watching it, not because of a certain person I'm voting for or like in specific. It was just one of those things that if you get involved into the political world, you're like, I need to know what's up. I want to listen to this, and that's exactly what it gave me, entertainment. Now, should politics be this entertaining? I don't know. Probably not. It probably shouldn't be as mainstreamed as it is. As like, it's become almost like a reality TV show in a way to follow things like this. But hey, it's great content. I feel like people get into it. I mean, let's get into the New York Times, guys. I mean, the first story, I swear, that pops up here. You guys will see this. I'll put it up on screen. It says Biden's family tells him to keep fighting as they huddle at Camp David. Biden is trying to figure out how to tamp down Democratic anxiety after last week's disastrous debate performance. I mean, listen, it is what it is. Things happen. What? Want to try that 24 bagel sandwich? Who would pay $24 for a bagel sandwich? Would you? I wouldn't. Unless it's made on like something super specific. I don't know. So, yeah, it was a lot for sure. But yeah, I just suggest everyone, just to get involved into the politics a little bit. You don't have to go balls deep like I have, but you can just get into it a little bit, just see what's going on, just so you guys are informed. I feel like that's the best thing that you can do for yourself is get informed about things. You don't want to be naive to things, or I mean, naive is not the right word, but you don't want to be, uninformed about something and then, something happens and it can affect your life. That would be pretty bad, I feel like. Look at this. Opinions. There's literally an opinion section at the New York Times. Should Biden heed calls to drop out? This isn't Joe Biden's fault. To his country, President Joe Biden should leave the race. Jesus. So that's probably the most. Honestly, I'll tell you what. I probably had more fun watching the debate than I did the UFC fights. Honestly. Now, call me fucking whatever you want to call me. Maybe I'm wrong in the head, but I had a lot of fun watching the debate. It was a good time, for sure. So we'll see. Let's look at the U.S. economy. I always love to watch the weekly U.S. economy. It's always something good to keep up with the U.S. economy. You want to be able to afford eggs, and you want to be able to afford fucking shoes and shit like that. Let's read this one. New construction slows as mortgage rates remain high. Home building in May fell to its slowest pace in 4 years, despite a supply shortage. That trend could put even greater strain on buyers. Interesting. Can AI answer the needs of smaller businesses? Some to push to find out. I don't know. This whole AI shit is getting a little out of hand, I feel like. I was listening to someone say that the only businesses that won't get affected by AI are like the trade businesses. We're talking plumbers, electricians, painters, HVAC guys, those people, the blue collar ones. those folks who are out there just in the construction world, like I am myself. I'm a painter, as you guys know. Um, and I've read some articles about a bunch of like tech companies cutting people out of their jobs, like just cutting workforce. And it's scary for sure to think that AI hasn't been around for too long, right? It's been around for a little bit of time, but in the short amount of time that's been here, how advanced it's gotten, you know? Like there's a new like there's AI Apple coming out. Artificial intelligence is what they're calling it. And so that's coming on this next big update, which is going to be insane. We'll see how good it is compared to like Samsung's AI. But Samsung's AI is pretty fucking good. I was like watching this video of like literally like this girl takes a picture, right? And she highlights like this pair of shoes or whatever, and it tells her exactly where she can buy those shoes. That's badass, one, but that's nuts. And like I've also seen around like on my rails and whatnot that the new Apple AI coming, like you do, let's say 3 times 3, and it automatically gives you the equation for it. Like it'll give you 9. And I'm just thinking to myself, how are these kids going to stay like up to it? How, like a kid right now probably doesn't know math as well as like a person who learned math back in the day, because now it's all so computerized. It's so technology wise. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it going to make us dumber or is it going to make us smarter? That's the question. Is AI going to make us dumber or smarter? Not if it's going to help us or not, because obviously it's going to help us in one way or another, AI, but also it's going to cause a lot of non so good things, So I'm thinking AI is probably going to make us a little bit dumber. That's my thought process, because check this out. Let's say I want to build a website. Back then, 10 years ago, you would start from scratch. Even today, probably. You'd start from scratch. You would learn how to code, how to do all that stuff for websites, and you would work your ass off to make the beautiful website, and you would charge a good amount of money and whatnot. Now you can probably charge that same amount of money, but now all you got to do is basically look up website fonts and you get a website, and then you can use that, change it how you need to, and then boom, you're done. But in a sense, you don't know how to build it from scratch like that person who does. Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe I'm just going crazy, but I just feel like it's going to help. It's going to help us in a lot of cool things, but it's going to make us a little bit dumber probably. So let's read another few of these headlines, because these are fun to read. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just, I get excited reading these type of stuff. It says, how Fed rates influence mortgages, credit cards, and more. Higher rates benefit those who can save. But for borrowers, falling rates, is that falling or failing? I think it's falling. Falling rates would reduce bills on credit cards, home equity loans, and other forms of debt. Now, I've heard this too, and I don't know. You tell me if you guys think this is true or not, but I heard, so let's say we're in a recession, right? Which I don't know if we are or not. I've heard some people say we are. I heard some people say we're not. If we're in a recession, I heard that there's more opportunities for people to become multimillionaires than there is when there's a good economy. I don't know if that's true. I've heard that before. You guys let me know. Shit, I'd like to become a damn multimillionaire. Who wouldn't, right? I was watching this show today on Netflix that just came out. It's called Buying Manhattan, I think. It's with this one guy, Ryan Serhart, or something like that. He's like a big old real estate guy in New York. And the first episode, right? Watching the first episode, I'm probably like 20 minutes in. The first damn real estate, or the first piece of real estate that he's selling is a $250 million penthouse in New York, and it's like on the tallest building in the US. And I'm like, how? Like, imagine being able to buy that, how much money you would have to have. Absurd amount of money. Like, how do you even process that? That you know you have that much money on your head, basically, because at that point you need to have security guards, you need to have all your life is not like a regular life anymore. You know, you are a billionaire and your life is whole different than my life, let's say, or anyone else's life. But how does it feel? Is my question. Maybe when I die, I'll ask God, God, if I never get to be a multimillionaire, right? My question to God, one of them would be, God, just let me feel the feeling of knowing that I have $1 billion in my bank account. Just let me know how that feels. Because maybe I'm thinking over here, oh man, that'd be badass to buy a $250 or $250 million penthouse. But maybe you feel like shit inside because you don't even know what excites you anymore. You don't even know. You can buy anything in the world and you've done everything and you like there's nothing more to life than you know. And maybe the best feeling is a person who's struggling, trying to get out of this debt and, you know, earn money for their family and buy a fucking Chevy and feel more excited to buy a Chevy than the guy who has billions of dollars in his bank account and buys a penthouse. So I would just ask God or whoever is the higher up there, the sir upstairs or ma'am, I just ask, hey, can you let me feel the feeling of being a billionaire for 10 seconds? That would be my question. That would be one of them. But yeah, imagine being able to buy that and not even feel a dent. You're just like, okay, yeah, just another fucking penthouse. Be kind of nuts, yeah? But I feel like that's why people get involved into like just other things, charities and whatnot, because they want to feel some type of, I don't know, good, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, because it's like, I feel like it's probably the same with movie stars. Like they can't even watch or they can't even go to this grocery store or anything like that. Because if they do, then, there's paparazzi all over the place. So I guess it's a blessing and a curse, Let's look at media. Let's see what media is. Oh, big news that just also came out last week. Julian Assange went free. He is officially out of jail. If you guys don't know that or don't know who the guy is, he was a guy who leaked some government information, and he was in jail for like 5 years or 7 years or something like that. And he was, he barely came out of jail. And so I think he did a deal with the U.S. government, and so they let him out. But Russia opens secret trail of U.S. reporter accused of espionage. Oh, shit. Now, Russia's a whole different country over there, huh? Like, look at this picture right here. Let's look at this picture. This person is in freaking... Okay. Well, you guys can't look at that picture. Never mind. Anyways, this person is in freaking court, and he's like in a box. Literally. That's nuts. Why the NFL put a $7 billion antitrust case in the hands of unpredicted jury? Don't know. Do you guys know? What else is here? TikTok lays out past efforts to address U.S. concerns. Whatever happened to TikTok? You guys heard about that stuff too? I heard on about TikTok a few months ago that apparently it was going to get blocked, here in the U.S. Because it's a China company, and unless they sold to a U.S. company the platform, then they were going to get banned. So whatever happened to that? Let's look that up. What happened to Tik? Okay, it says TikTok on Tuesday sued the U.S. government over the law that would force Chinese parents ByteDance to sell the app or face a national ban. Okay, so what's going on with this though? President Biden signed legislation in April that gives ByteDance 9 months to find a buyer for the popular short form video app and a 3-month extension if a deal is in process. The courts have to balance First Amendment rights versus national security concerns. Okay. It says the future of TikTok is more uncertain than ever after the social media company sued the U.S. On Tuesday. When was this released, by the way? May 8th. This was a month ago, right? Because we're in June. Let's see. Yeah, this was a month ago. Okay, waiting on the sale. Who's buying TikTok then? Is someone going to buy TikTok or is it really going to get banned? To my TikTokers out there, dude, you better pray that it doesn't go, right? Okay, this is June 20th. Oh my gosh, I don't want to pay for this. I don't get the news should be free. Don't you guys think? But I get it also. You know, you guys want to make money. It's all good. I want to make money too. Has it been 9 months? April 24th? It hasn't been 9 months. April, May, June. It's been 3 months. So they got 6 months to go, right? 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 6 months to go until they sell. But on May 7th, TikTok sued the government, the U.S. government, over a potential ban. So read on for the latest news on the potential TikTok ban. Okay. Okay, so here it is. Highlights, right? We're going to do some Tino type of style. How the House quietly revealed the TikTok ban before most was noticed. House passes bill that could ban TikTok. TikTok is urging users to call Congress about looming ban. The U.S. has blocked Montana's TikTok ban. Oh, Montana blocked TikTok and they banned? Oh, damn. VPNs, Verizon, and Instagram Reels. How students are getting around TikTok. Wait, so TikTok is banned? No, it's not banned yet, right? TikTok is reportedly splitting its source code to create a US only algorithm. A TikTok creators file their own suit against the devious or ban law. Okay, CBN, TikTok. Well, guys, remember when Flappy Bird got freaking taken down from the damn App Store too because it was causing people to kill themselves and, you know, just a lot of harm for kids back in the day? That's crazy. That's insane. I wonder what's going to happen. I mean, we have 6 months to go, and right now it seems like it's 1-1 because TikTok sued the U.S. government, right, to block the ban, so that the ban doesn't go through. But then Biden and the House signed the ban, so it's moved forward to ban TikTok. So who knows what's going to happen? But that's kind of crazy, right? Imagine all those TikTokers that make money off TikTok, and if they actually ban it, what they're going to do? What are they going to do? They're just going to come out with a new app, right? Unless this all goes away, the file suit from freaking TikTok and the ban from the government, all that goes away if Microsoft, Apple, buy one of those two companies, or Alphabet, one of those big companies buys it. Apple can't buy it Meta, which is Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, can't buy it because it's, it has too much market what is it, market cap or whatever. Like they're just too big in the market, so they can't buy it. Maybe X, maybe Elon Musk would buy it. That would be badass if Elon Musk would buy it, right? He would own the second biggest app out there aside from Instagram. I think Instagram or Facebook is number one. What's the biggest social media app up there? What is the biggest? We're gonna end with this question right here. Social media platform 2024. Facebook. Wow. It's still Facebook, huh? Facebook's going strong. This is when I feel super stupid. What does MAUs mean? 3.05 billion MAUs. Facebook is the largest networking site with over 3 people using it monthly, according to Statista. YouTube is number second. YouTube could buy TikTok. That'd be kind of cool, right? Wow. Where's Meta? Or not Meta, where's X? What is this? Okay, here we go. YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram. What the fuck is Line? Who uses Line? Threads. Jeez, look at that. Threads tried to came out and freaking blast X, and I couldn't make it happen. Look at that. Way bottom. Reddit. I heard there's some horrible shit on Reddit. Line. I have no idea what it is. I have a LinkedIn. Discord. Don't know what it is. Pinterest. I use Pinterest to, get some ideas sometimes. X. Snapchat. Telegram. Don't know what Telegram is. TikTok. Facebook Messenger. Instagram. Facebook. WhatsApp and YouTube. YouTube would make sense. I mean, everyone uses YouTube, right? Social media advertising audiences. YouTube is number one, of course. The world's biggest social media platforms. Okay, here we go. Facebook number one. 3.65 billion active users monthly. YouTube potential advertising reach is 2.5 billion. WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok. WeChat Inc. Wixin. That, whatever that is. Facebook Messenger, Telegram, Snapchat, Douyin, Cashew, X, Weibo, QQ, Pinterest. There you have it, guys. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with TikTok, and we'll see what happens with with everything else in the world. It's kind of a crazy, it's kind of a crazy time in the world right now. Yeah, we'll just see what happens. But thanks, guys, for tuning in again for another episode. Another episode in the books. So I know there's a couple things I need to do. I need to figure out a couple things with obviously the podcast and whatnot, but we'll figure things out as we go. But I hope you guys had fun in this episode. Hope you guys found it entertaining. Go watch the debate if you haven't. I seriously recommend it. It's a long time, but you don't have to watch all of it. Just watch the first 15 minutes and you'll get an idea of what I'm talking about. But aside from that, guys, thank you all for the support. Love you all. We'll see you guys on the next one. Go check us out on Instagram, the OAP official. Go check us out on YouTube, Once a Project Podcast. Go check us out on Spotify, Once a Project Podcast. You guys know what to do. Make sure you guys like it, share it, review it, leave a comment down below. Guys, we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.